Oh yeah, sexy biscuits. Nice.
Long was 1975. A YouTuber's on the rise. Reviewing games late at night and sometimes friends. But Long was 1975.
Hey YouTube, Lawnboys Post 1975 and welcome to a system overview. Welcome to my taking a look at a SEGA Astro City Mini console. I am aware I am very late to this party. This was released last year to commemorate Sega's 60th anniversary, and it was a Japanese exclusive only. Obviously that means it wouldn't trickle out into the rest of the world, but it was never released officially outside of Japan, which, especially with the success of the the Mega Drive Mini and the Genesis Mini, and all minis in general, such as Char and Sure, I'm really quite surprised at that. Basically, my understanding, and by all means correct me if I'm wrong, is the Astro City was a machine that Sega made to kind of like a uniform response to how little space there was in early arcades in Japan. Again, this is just, kind of what I've read. Since most places started off in people's garages and things like that, and it was all cocktail cabs and things like that, and to save room and space and stuff like that, they would swap boards in and out of these machines, which would take a toll, wear and tear on these machines, because most of the time it would be made out of wood and stuff like that. So Sega used a combination of plastic, metal and fiberglass to make a machine that had handles on the back and stuff like that to make it convenient to move around and things like that, and a big panel on the front that you could open easily to swap the boards in and out. So Sega have made, and it was a sit-down cabinet. It came with in line with how the machine looked, it came with a bench. Is that the right way to say it? Chairs, a bench chair, if you will. I don't know if they made it outside of the West apart from two collectors or importers even back then, but the list of games on here start from 84 and run up to 94. So I'm guessing that's when it would have been, in its prime as a machine that was used, as a space-saving sort of solution, and obviously convenient and easy to swap in and out these boards. And yeah, so that's my knowledge of it. Obviously, it's very limited because it never really made it to the UK. It translates in price to £129, which is what I paid for my original one of these, which I ordered months ago. And I'm very late to reviewing this, I am aware of that. And basically, something very strange happened on Amazon. It went from being, dispatched to out for delivery, should arrive no later than 8 o'clock tonight. Then it went back to being dispatched and never showed up. And so I contacted the seller and they said, yeah, I'm very sorry about this, we don't have any more in stock and I'm going to have to refund you because we don't know where this thing is. It's disappeared off the tracking. So in other words, the fact that it went out for delivery and then went back to the prior state, clearly the driver five-finger discounted it, didn't he? But the seller was really, really, really good. So what happened next was I just bought another one off another seller, but I had to pay £149 for 20 quid over the odds, which is a bit annoying. But that did show up, which is this one. Sure. However, I'm just telling you this because me and Amazon have a really fucked up relationship. Not on my side, on their side. I don't know how many parcels they've delivered to the wrong bloody house. And they always do that thing where they take a picture so they can prove that they've delivered it to you. And I've argued with people, yeah, well, you took a picture, right, Amazon? That's not me, and that's not my house. Honestly. Anyway, so this one arrived, cost me 20 quid over the odds, but my joypad got lost for it because there are two, you can connect two joypads and you can, buy a joypad, or you can buy a fighting stick, which is the route most people have gone. If you want to play two-player and stuff like that. I ordered a pad, that got lost. Again, first world problems, me and Amazon. So anyway, that was a really quick, probably butchered brief history of what it was. So Sega wanted to celebrate this for the 60th anniversary of their company by releasing it. And it's adorned with the colours of the machines, because I believe there were two incarnations of colour. One which had pink buttons, sure, and one that had green buttons, sure. Anyway, let's have a quick look at the box. So, unfortunately, this is powered and not, you know, battery powered, and not, as in that, I don't mean like a rechargeable battery. So that's a pain in the ass. It truly is 100% not portable. Well, you could probably run it off a power brick, but you know what I mean. Anyway, so the front, 60th anniversary. Arcade master title, 37 titles. It's an emulation device. I do not know, and I don't think anyone's talked about it. Again, just me. Maybe I missed it. What is in this and what powers it? But there are a number of titles apparently that have a couple of the issues, like the Virtua Fighter, and is it Sonic Boom has shimmering and stuff like that. But you know, it's an emulation device. We can get past that. So anyway, 37 titles. I'm assuming they will be 37 titles. They're on the back. I'll read them. That would have been the most common boards found in these machines. Again, this is all conjecture on my part, so by all means correct me if I'm wrong. Anyway, 60th anniversary Sega, 37 titles, Astro City Mini, Sega. Points off there, by the way. Delivery company, Amazon or whatever. And also for this fuck off big sticker on the back. Because the people I bought it off are just for games, and they've stuck their own sticker that is not coming off across the back of the box, and I want it to be factory fresh from Japan. I don't think there's some sort of legal requirement on that, but still, couldn't you just stuck one on in such a manner that it's easily removable? Because again, points off for that. Anyway, let's have a look at the side. Product specifications, product size, width 130 millimeters. Depth 175 millimeters, height 170 millimeters, LCD size 3.9 inches, LCD resolution 480 by 800, does export obviously to a TV in HDMI, LCD color depth 16.7 million colors, HDMI compatible resolution 720p or 480p. Picture of the machine. This is really nice boxing, and it is really rather quite sturdy. Picture of Space Harrier. Do not know what game that is, and a picture of Fantasy Zone. So obviously there will be games on here I don't recognise. On the right hand side, pause if you want to, we have the arcade console Astro City is faithfully reproduced in 1/6 size. At the time of the original release, this was released as a resin console. That's interesting English right there. Similar to the original Astro City. The main body is reproduced with resin. So this has been reproduced with resin. And includes titles such as the epic Virtua Fighter. With this product, we deliver the same original design that will fit in the palm of your hands. Picture of Virtua Fighter Radmobile, and I forget what that is, but it's on my modded Xbox, and it's a sprite scaling attempt at a 3D fighting game. I will be doing videos on the games on this. I won't be showing many in this video for the purpose of time, but there you go. So on the back includes 37 mega titles from Sega arcade games. On the pictures it says Virtua Fighter, Space Harrier, Radmobile, Fantasy Zone, Golden Axe, Alien Syndrome, Dark Edge, Cotton, and a bunch of Japanese that I can't read. Included in the box, console ×1, USB cable for power supply ×1, HDMI cable ×1, instruction manual ×1, and that god awful friggin' sticker that pisses me off to no end. There is the list of the games if you want to read them. The one that everyone lost their shit over is Golden Axe. Is it Revenge of Death Adder? Return of Death Adder? Golden Axe 2, the arcade machine that never ever got an official home port, is on here. I will definitely be doing a review of that. So let's crack into the box. It is a very nice sturdy box. Shame about the damage, but that's not Sega's fault. 60th, here's the thing, go Sega 60th anniversary or 60th Sega 60th anniversary. I don't know, there are two camps on that and people argue them both. Dedicated to all Sega fans around the world and to the creators who made history. I do like the fact that we have that in here, but also dedicated to all Sega fans around the world. Have fun, we're only going to release this in Japan. Then we have further, you know, cardboard flaps in the colours that the machines were made in. That's a nice touch. It really doesn't need to be there, but that's a very, very nice touch. Big chunk of card at the top. Take that out. And it's actually a box. And it would be the stuff we need to power the machine. Right, so we have, is it USB-C? I don't think it's USB-C. Oh, I don't know why. It seems everyone has a hard-on for USB-C these days. but then if it's not charging a battery, I guess that would be why. And we have an HDMI cable that I cannot get out of the box, which doesn't matter because I got HDMI cables coming up the Wazoo. It would be nice to see if it's got Sega on it. Oh look, it warped. Points off for that. Does it have Sega on it? No, it wasn't going to, was it? But you know, we can hope. So that's going back in here. Yeah, I got loads of those. But for the purpose of keeping the machine all together as well, I'm going to leave that in there as well. And just power off all the stuff that I've got knocking around in my room. Because, you know, should I ever sell it, that's going to happen. It's all together and in one piece. What else do we have in here? Like I said, it's very sturdily packaged. I do like stuff like that. We have a bunch of instruction manuals. 4 in fact. But Astro City manual to instructions, mode to employ, instruction manuals. So there's a whole bunch of instruction manuals. This is the one we want. This is English, and it says just for games. Imported for just for. So what? Do they have their own? That's weird. There's no actual Sega instruction. I don't know. Someone can probably, you know, answer this in the comments. But yeah, it would appear that they've got their own instruction manuals. Shan't be reading any of those. Bag it up. It's a lot lighter than I thought it would be, but it's a looker. Look at that screen protector on there that I shall not be taking off because it goes against my OCD. SEGA Astro City Mini. It has speakers. I think this lights up. 6 buttons. Nice clicky joystick. I don't know if they're micro switches or anything, but it feels clicky. We're off to a good start. And a start and select. Astro City Mini down the outside. That is actually a sticker. Going to be very careful with this then. Same on this side. Didn't include any extra stickers in case you could, like, I mean, I'm assuming that the pink and green was, I have seen people who imported these into America, full-size cabinet, and these are pink. So I'm guessing that was with the colours, but you've only got you know, green on this. Around the back we have an on-off HDMI full-size out, 1-player, 2-player USB ports, barrel jack for your headphones, and DC in USB lead. And if this was full-size, I'm assuming that they probably may have made bar cap ones of these. I don't know. Again, this is something that was never in this country. But yeah, this is a fake hatch panel or whatever. So if it was a bar top, would that be on the back and not on the front? Again, they were sit-down cabs, though, just for authenticity. And you have 2 handles there, which would have been just for authenticity. But it's a very nice looking machine. I don't have it here for comparison, but you can tell this from when I read you out how big the screen was. This is a lot bigger than a Neo Geo Color, and I love my Mini. I love my Neo Geo Mini, but let's be honest, the screen quality when you export it to your TV, it's not the best, is it? Unfortunately, as I said, there is no battery in this. This runs purely off the mains, so I can't show you any of it in the hands. I'm going to have to set it up and hope I can capture it with my camera. I will obviously play it on the TV and show you some footage that way. This is just like, you know, me doing my overview of a system. But yeah, this is really nice. This looks really nice. Again, I don't know how heavy I was expecting it to be, but it's a lot lighter than I thought it would be. So anyway, I'm going to try and set it up with my trusty camcorder and my tripod and capture some footage of the screen before we head into the other room and I connect it to the TV and show you some of the games. What I did want to show you very, very briefly, quickly, before I zoom into the screen to try and capture some footage, is that you got this lovely strip that illuminates here beneath the marquee. I think that's really, really, really cool. So, anyway, just thought I'd show you that since I can't plug this in and show you it in my lap. Anyway, and it is not a USB-C, so let's crack into trying to capture a little bit of footage, playing it with the actual, you know, joystick and buttons on the unit itself. So you power it up, you can see SEGA Astro City Mini. Now obviously the way I'm playing this, I've got a tripod set up and I'm capturing the actual machine itself. So it's not going to do the screen any justice whatsoever, and it's a bit of an awkward way for me to lean and play it and read it. But I can assure you that the screen quality in person is absolutely phenomenal. It is so nice. It's clearly above the Neo Geo Mini. Anyway, if you look down the left hand side, you see all your games. I'm not sure why some are in folders and some aren't. It's got default music. There are some options at the bottom of the screen. I'll read them when we connect it to the TV because it's a little awkward for me to read here, but it just, I think it basically just says what buttons do what. Change music. There is no manual volume rocker on this machine whatsoever, so I'm assuming that you will do that through obviously in the actual menus itself. And also I can't see anything at the bottom, but there is a way, I guess, to change the screen resolution, or at least put in scan lines. But anyway, what is nice is you pick a game, certainly not columns, rapid wheel, and then if you press right, it shows you a couple of screenshots for the game. I do like that. That's a very nice touch indeed. We're only going to play a few games on it like this because, like I said, I can't really capture the screen in such a way that does it justice. So I mean, I'm sure you, if you're interested in this machine, you've seen a bunch of reviews out there, but yeah, like I said, in person it is absolutely phenomenal. This is a game, I believe, that circa, I'm not sure, I caught it on a video somewhere probably a year ago. There's some sort of legal requirement in this circumvents it, but it's like a little black and white kind of Pac-Man clone car game. But let's find, I'm going to play this on the TV, but I'm also going to play it in here. So we got select and start. Get you this little nice screen here where it gives you your save states. I'm probably going to be repeating a bunch of this in the other room, but you've got your save states and what buttons do what. That would be start. So obviously select, think main, select is input money. Controls are reversed. And there must be a way to change that. But I think people mention that some of the stuff is not as straightforward as you think it is. Again, this is just an overview, it's not really an in-depth review or stuff like that. They are out there. But this is running absolutely superb. Seriously, superb. The speakers on this are actually pretty decent as well. I've heard better, I've heard worse, but on the whole, pretty decent. Right, we'll have a look at another game. Select start. Nice easy menus to jump straight back. There you can see save, load, reset, back to main menu, back to game. No, I didn't want game. He says nice and easy to navigate, and he clicks on the wrong bloody button. Back to menu, there we go. Fantasy Zone, Quartet 2, Alien Syndrome. Oh, a little go on Shinobi, because it's Shinobi. It's the law. If a machine has Shinobi on it, you have to play it. Boink. Sweet. Again, repeat myself. What? Listen to that. Speaker's superb. But not as superb as the screen. So many of the sound effects in this game is just iconic. Like the noise the shurikens make, the killing sounds. The ding 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 ding. Ah, got the gun. Who said ninjas can't use guns? No one. Thank God for a terrorist organisation. They don't have access to proper weapon tech. I say that every time, I know. Yoink. Yeah, this is lovely. You could argue that obviously the main way to play it would be to, get a control pad and plug it into your TV. But then the thing with things like this is, if you want to play a competitive game of something on here, or speedrun it, or master it properly, This isn't the best way to play it. This is a curiosity piece, isn't it? A novelty, a display piece. You just got a bullet in the face piece. Back to main menu. I want to see what Virtua Fighter 2 looks like. Why am I having so many problems? I'm looking in the window. That's probably the best way to do it. There we go. But then, to be fair, right, if you remember the original Saturn port of this, it wasn't very good, was it? Hence the fact that you got remastered. And then also, the 32X version was better technically than the Saturn. Maybe not visually. This looks superb, it runs fine. Apart from your floaty kicks. Never understood what jump was like that in this. Right. Whoa! Clean out of orbit. I am aware, I don't know what any of the moves are. This isn't probably the machine to demonstrate your prowess at Virtua Fighter, is it? Right, is it here? Oh, I didn't see it that time. What's the wrestling game he's in? I've got it. It's all in Japanese though. Well, it only got a Japanese release, and I'm sucking at it. I may not do gameplays much on it, but I still play my Saturn a lot. Bring out! Ah, he did it himself! Ah, it's the Fred Sailor Tard. Yeah, what are these glitches I'm looking for? I know, sorry for all pressing pause. Can we justify my gameplay even though we're only here to see how it runs? Shoot his kick. Right, let's have a look at one more game. This screen is amazing, honestly. I'll repeat myself again and again and again, but this screen is absolutely amazing. He says, and he clicks the wrong button. There we go. Right. I don't know what this is. Oh, I do, I think. It's My Hero. Oh, God. Pain. I've got a gameplay of this, but compare the arcade against the Master System version. I mean, you would hope that they could run this without any problems. I don't know why I'm trying to play this. You on my side? Scheisenball, the bottle. Let's have a look at something else. See, what was it? Let's find Arabian Nights. I guess we go up then, don't we? They don't seem to be, Arabian Fight, sorry, in any specific order. I.e. alphabetical. I don't know. There we go. So this is all about sprite scaling. My Xbox can't run this. Modded Xbox. I mean, it can, just not amazingly, but... See, look, foreground to background. It's very impressive. I would say it's more of a tech demo than anything else. But then if I saw this in the arcades as a kid, I would have lost my shit. That's my magic, I think. That was the most underwhelming magic I've ever seen. I think you got magic. Yeah, because it's not doing it anymore. So I'm not seeing any real problems. I mean, would you see shimmering on this little screen? There you go. That's my magic. So what was that before? Maybe that was a glitch then. Okay, that's cool. It's a tech demo, isn't it? Ooh, did I see a little bit? No, you're not really seeing glitching as such. I think it's because they don't come in on the centre of the screen. You only see a bit of them. Well, let's take this into the other room and connect it to the TV. But all I can say so far is this screen is amazeballs. Okay, so here we are. Now we can all see the screen. I just want to point out in the bottom left-hand corner it does say joystick up and down to select, left and right to change screen. So on the right-hand side you get a couple of screens per each game. Bottom right-hand corner you can see a 6-button location or display of 6 buttons and a highlight. So bottom left of the 6 is OK, and then settings is the left on the start and select. I don't know if you can see that. So there we go. Settings. Please read language settings. English. Okay. Copyright. Not really interested. Volume. That's for the handheld because it's coming out of the TV now. Back. Screen settings. Here we go. Default. Analog display. I'm assuming that the analog display is basically scan lines. I've never heard it called that before. Not a fan of scan lines. They don't work on digital TVs. Wallpaper settings will stay with blank. I don't see the point of wallpaper settings either. Backwards. So that's kind of interesting. And then this button shows you a little bit about each game. Scramble Spirits. The first battle with formation changes that won't let catch your breath. Highly visual defense war. So we've got some broken English going on there. Shoot, well, you know what it is, but yeah. And then we've got our save states underneath. So let's have a look at a few more games. Back, Wonder Boy 3, Monster Lair, Game Ground, Golden Axe. Where's the other Golden Axe? Shadow Dancer, Alien Storm. Let's go with Rubbermobile. Don't think. No, that got a Saturn port, didn't it? Input coin. Didn't this have Sonic as a keychain hanging on your mirror before Sonic was out there, or Sonic was actually released? Right, so I've got accelerate and brake and that's it. So it's a super scaler. The only thing is, I personally think stuff like Monaco GP looks better. You can tell it should have analog control. That's probably not the machine's fault. This seems to be running absolutely fine. Oh, hey! Some people just have no manners when it comes to the road. Kind of like me in real life, to be fair. Yeah, you can tell this should be played with a steering wheel. Right, anyway, start select. I do like how easy it is to come back. I mean, you would bloody hope so, wouldn't you? Rubber Wheel, Cotton, Arabian Fight, Golden Axe. Oh, there we go, the Revenge of Death Adder. So this is the first time Attack, Jump, Magic, and also another button for Magic. This actually got a home port. Let's go backwards and have a look. I will be doing a proper gameplay of this, I can assure you. Wonder why I never got a home port. There was God Awful Golden Axe the Duel on the Saturn, which is a rubbish fighting game. Oh, scary, hold me. This is on my modded Xbox, but it can't run it, so this will be very interesting to see. This can. Scene 1. What it says there. This in your life. Maybe I should have turned it down. Have I got my double sword attack? Look at the animation in it. Yeah, I have. 2 buttons and a... That. You're whipping a child, you absolute bastard. Magic. Oh, look at that. Someone's been watching Raiders of the Lost Ark, haven't they? Have I got to run? How do I pick up the magic? Like that. There we go. I thought that was a monster's claws in there, but it's not. It's a monster that is hidden behind a rock that I can ride. So it is. It's nice chunky graphics, isn't it? Well, you're growing scaly because you've been living in the water. Well, they're dead. They're dead. Well, I don't want to show too much of this because, like I said, I want to do a gameplay of it. But that seems to be running absolutely fine. Back to the main menu. Okay, play Dark Edge, Tant, Virtual Fire, Stack Columns. Go have a look at Space Harrier again on the big screen. Why not? It's in the correct. I don't think you can change the aspect ratio as well, so that's kind of cool. I like that. Oh, it was telling me in the bottom right hand corner. Can you see that the controls are reversed? I don't know, I think it's because I'm used to playing this on a control pad, but I think this is normally how I have my controls. This seems running absolutely fine and dandy. Obviously, if you're playing on an actual pad, you probably won't hear as much. Well, you probably would hear as much clickage, phrase of the day. It's funny how the volume, music-wise, seems to jump between games. Look how loud it was on Golden Axe 2. And then quiet on this. I just want to get to the dragon to see what he looks like. Even though I know what he looks like. You know what I mean. Ow. It's a very nice image. I mean, alright, so some people said, oh, it's only 720. It's a very nice image. And when you say, well, how do you screw up shit like that? Look at the Neo Geo Mini. I love my Neo Geo Mini. But they screw that up. It's kind of foggy and smudgy and shit. If you own one, you'll know what I mean. Right, a couple more games. Should we done Shinobi? It ought to be Scrambled Spirits. Why not? It gets, you know, flack. It gets flack this game, especially the Mega Drive version. It is what it is. No, we're never going to be deep in the first place. And I think the Mega Drive version, especially for a launch game, thanks Charlton Heston, is perfectly fine. The wolf patiently waiting for death. Thanks, wolf. Nice Mysterio. Slight workout in the gym there. See, as a kid, I loved this. I remember that we went to, was it Simmons Bath? At school for, you know, like one of those trips when you went away for a week and stuff like that. And I just had surgery, so I couldn't go, you know, in the pool because we went to, like, you know, a swim bath. And I got a chunk of money and just sat up there playing some sort of Sega boxing game that was isometric and Golden Axe, and it left a massive impression on me. So when I say, you know, I played it on the Mega Drive and stuff like that, thank you. Stole that from American Werewolf. I know I say that every time. I just, yeah, nostalgia goggles. Because we all know about Wolf's ability to fire fireballs, don't we? They were scenes they cut out of American Werewolf. Yeah, I guess we'll have a look at Virtua Fighter one more time actually, but Rito Prime from the Crystal Maze. This seems to be running fine. Still like your life. Alright, thanks mate. Marshmallows, they always remind me of marshmallows. Oh! Can I smell manure? Why doesn't he have a health gauge? Why have I never noticed that after all these years? Oh, shitballs. Oh, shies and balls, right. Have a look at something else. This is a nice menu. Obviously, it's not up to the standards as in, you know, the Mega Drive Mini, but I'm guessing, I don't know. Did M2 do this? Why does Scramble Spirits ring a bell? E-Swap. I love this game in the arcade. I'm one of the few people who thinks this is better than the Mega Drive version. Everyone goes on about the Mega Drive version being better than the arcade. Why? I mean, it's a Robocop knockoff, but why not knock off an amazing arcade game? Controls are super tight. It is a nice clicky stick. Was I noticed screen tearing then? I think I may have noticed a little bit of screen tearing. I think he took that guy's wallet. You just shot a kid. He may have been attacking you on a skateboard, but ultimately you just shot a kid. It was the 80s, it was a different time. Oh, I can fire up, forgot. I love how chilled the music is, considering how many people are dying. It's proper 80s police show music though, isn't it? So yeah, I mean this is just a quick overview and stuff like that, but I'm not noticing any problems with the emulation. If in doubt, shoot them in the nuts. There's no input lag as such. Yeah, you're under arrest and stuff. No, that's me, that's not the menu. The menu's both tasty and delicious. Let's have a look at Shadow Dancer, actually. Again, another one I always thought was better than the Mega Drive version, but everyone else says the Mega Drive version's better. What do I know, apart from they're clearly wrong? Got big pockets to hide all these bombs in. Superb! Oh, I've got flamey shit. Can you jump on them? I can't remember if you can on this one. Oh yeah, you got your dog. Oh shit. Okay, well let's have a look at Virtua Fighter. And then we'll round up. Could have put Virtua Fighter 2 on it. Well no, when did Virtua... That wasn't out in 94, was it? See what I mean about the music going up and down? Never understood the point of jumps in this game. They're so floaty. Yeah, there you go. You can see a little bit, but hey, it doesn't happen in the game. I can live with them apples. Pointless. Yay! Well, let's round up. Okay, so my final thoughts and rounding up on the SEGA Astro City Mini. Is it worth buying one? Well, the immediate answer to that question is how much of a fan are you of SEGA products? Because much like many products like this, such as the Neo Geo Mini, obviously the reason I talk about that a lot in this video is that's the obvious one of these sort of machines to compare it to. But it's, if you want to play a truly competitive game of something, this is probably not the best way to do it. There are better ways to do it. Even if you've got two control pads plugged into this and it's going out to your TV, this is essentially your console, your hub. You know, it's not entirely practical. This is for someone who absolutely loves Sega, is a Sega fanboy, such as myself. Not only does it make it an amazing display piece, but it is essentially a novelty item, isn't it? It's essentially a novelty item. It's a very well put together novelty item. It's very, very, very solid. It, you know, it looks really, really, really nice and is accurate to the machine. The controls are absolutely fantastic for what's on here. You know, it's nice and clicky. Are they micro switches? I really don't know. When I do, or I'm going to cancel my order of the one that's been missing or MIA for ages. I'm going to order a control pad. When it does show up, I might do an initial video for this to talk about what it's like, what I understand and what people have said about them. They are absolutely fantastic. But when I say this is a novelty, you know, it's still perfectly fine to play it like this. The speakers are really, really, really nice. I would have liked a manual volume rocker on here somewhere, and it is a bit annoying, as I mentioned in the video. It's not a deal breaker that the volume of the music across the games doesn't seem to be standardized. Some, because I played a lot more games and you saw me capturing that footage, some goes up, some goes down. That's kind of irritating, but yeah, it's not, again, it's not a deal breaker. But yeah, manual volume rocker would have been nice for me, but that's just because I'm old school and stuff like that. The menus are all intuitive, very, very, very nice and simple. They're a lot more sort of plain and, you know, less attractive, or, you know, they do a lot less than the stuff does on the Mega Drive Mini. But then you could argue that this is an entirely different piece of kit, and these are also arcade ROMs, and it's commemorating an entirely different thing. But yeah, they're quite simple, they're quite straightforward. You get your save states, you get all that stuff and things like that. I mean, it's a nice place to be. It's not as nice as the Mega Drive or the TurboGrafx Mini to be, but it's a nice place to be. Speakers are adequate. This lights up really quite nicely. It would have been nice if you could swap these buttons out. I know I'm splitting hairs at the moment and the knob for said knob for pink ones, but yeah, it's a really, really nice piece of kit. Is it quite expensive for what it is? I mean, you're going to pay between 120 to 149 pounds. 120, I believe, is what its actual retail price was in Japan. Well, again, it's, if you're happy to pay the price and you're an absolute massive fan of Sega, then it's not too expensive, is it? When people say you got ripped off and stuff like that, I've always found that like a poor argument, because, you know what, to me, £149 for this was absolutely fine. You're not going to get it for much cheaper than that. It was a shame it never officially got released in this country, but yeah, absolutely fine. As for the emulation, I do not know, again, what is in here. Surely someone might be able to tell me, but it's absolutely fine. There's shimmering on some games, there's a little bit of screen tearing, not massive, again, not deal breakers on others, and there is that funny issue in Virtua Fighter, but for the most part, again, I played a lot more games than I showed in this video. For the most part, everything runs absolutely solidly and utterly fantastic. Would have liked, because you got that fake hatch, would have liked this to be not portable in the sense that I'd like to take this out and play it on the bus or the train, because you look like a right numpty, but would have liked a rechargeable battery in here, so you could have sat down and taken it around the house and played it without it constantly plugged into the mains. That's a bit annoying, actually. I have to say, that's a bit annoying. Again, not a deal breaker, but a bit poor. Rechargeable battery would have been nice, but then again, the Neo Geo Mini never had a rechargeable battery. But I have plenty of knockoff Chinese TAT arcade machines like this that do. So yeah, basically the other great thing about it is there's a bunch of games on here that obviously you can emulate them through other processors and stuff like that, but a bunch of games on here that people don't really know about, you know. I mean, obviously this is the first proper home release of Golden Axe 2 Revenge of Death Adder, but I always want to say Blackadder, and obviously you know, Arabian Fight, which is on, both of those are on my modded Xbox, but both of them don't run properly. So there's a really interesting, you know, splatter of games on it. If they are absolute, you know, authentic to the ones that showed up, you know, in these machines, I honestly don't know. And as I said at the start of this video, that's my understanding of what this the actual arcade cabinet was for. I could be wrong, so again, by all means, inform me in that way. But yeah, summing it up, the screen quality when you plug it into TV, it's only 720. I don't understand why people say only 720. That's fine to me when you think about what the games actually are. It's absolutely fine. You know, again, it's phenomenal on this. I like it. I really, really, really like it. It's a great, great display piece. Yes, it is a novelty, but then, you know, lots of things these days are when it comes to these mini systems and things like that. But yeah, I don't regret spending the money on it. I'm going to be playing a lot of it. I'm going to do a lot of gameplays of the games that are on here. Straightforward, easy, simple to use, even though obviously it was a Japanese, you know, only thing. It seemed to be on English right out of the box, whether that's because the people who imported it and that god-awful sticker on the back set it to English for ease of use by their customers, I honestly don't know. But yeah, straightforward, easy to use, well built, good sound quality, excellent picture quality, phenomenal screen quality, and for the most part, absolutely fine, you know, emulation. I've heard people complain about it, but I honestly didn't really have that much of a problem with the emulation. I thought it was actually, you know, bang up there. Control pads, what are they? 30 quid, and the control stick is pushing 100 plus. Do you really need them? I would say, again, I said this is not really a thing you would own if you wanted to have a proper competitive, Virtua Fighter 2-player match. But if you did, you would definitely need control pads. Having said that, that's still an absolutely perfectly fine for you playing single player on any of the games on it. So yeah, personally for me, I definitely recommend it. If you like Sega, if you like cool, kooky, novelty display pieces, this is definitely in that field as well. But it's more than not definitely a practical device to play the games that are on it, at least anyway. Whether it could be hacked, whether people have hacked it, you probably would have heard by now because it's over a year old. Maybe I'll have a look into that. I don't know. But yeah, I think it's brilliant. I actually do. I really, really think it's a fine piece of equipment, and I do not regret buying it in a heartbeat. Anyway, as always, I've waffled long enough as it is, but basically I'd love to know what you think, especially if you own one of these. Can you hack one of these? And yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later.